Adding floor heat to large areas can be done easily with QuietWarmth radiant heat film for floating floors. This is a very simple illustrative video to show how to plan and install the lead wires from the mats properly to the thermostat. So please read the entire installation guide prior to installing and follow all local and national codes. Remember, a licensed electrician can help with all of these electrical wiring needs that are illustrated. Ensure the subfloor is properly prepared to floating flooring manufacturer specifications. Then install a proper underlayment or barrier over the subfloor. Plan out the placement of the mats in accordance with where the thermostat will be located. Roll out the QuietWarmth film mats over the top of the underlayment. As a reference, each thermostat can handle 150 square feet of mats on a 120 volt 20 amp dedicated circuit, or 300 square feet of mats on a 240 volt 20 amp dedicated circuit. Each mat has 15 feet of lead wires attached to them. In this example, we have 5 3 by 10 foot mats to fill the room properly, which is the allowed 150 square feet for a thermostat. The thermostat placement is in the far right corner of the room. The farthest mat's lead wires will not reach that far. Lead wires should not just be extended. The best practice is to use gang junction boxes. These are also called intermediate junction boxes. And basically, these junction boxes allow the lead wires from a few mats to be joined in parallel with the first junction box and then run a pigtail to the other junction box where the remaining mats will be wired in parallel with a pigtail running up to the thermostat. Be sure to record resistance readings often along each part of the installation. Run the thermostat floor temperature sensor from the thermostat and place it within 1 inch of the edge of the mat, or it can be placed between 2 mats. Do not place the sensor under any part of the mat. Install the appropriate floating floor covering over the top of the entire system. Using the same room size as the previous example, let's extend the room to cover an adjacent hallway. Add the appropriate mats to fit and route leads to another thermostat location that is placed on its own dedicated circuit from the electrical box. In this next example, the room size is a little different than the previous example, but what we want to illustrate are that mats can be placed perpendicular to each other. Planning the route of the lead wires and using a gang junction box is important still in this example. 3 of the 3 by 10 foot size mats will be routed between the perpendicular mats along with the lead wires from that mat to a gang junction box, while the other mats will be routed to the other gang junction box where both junction boxes will be connected and pigtailed to the thermostat. In the final example, we're illustrating a rather large area for the use of the 3 by 25 foot mat lengths. Once again, the thermostat is placed in a far corner and not all of the 15-foot lead wires attached to the mat will be able to run that far. 3 of the mats are cut to length to fit the area as needed. Now those 3 mats would route leads to a gang junction box more centered to the room and then pigtailed to a gang junction box below the thermostat, where the 3 by 25 foot mats are placed. As you can see, understanding and planning the directional flow of the lead wires to the thermostat can help with the installation of QuietWarmth radiant heat film for floating floors.